so Base can just stop timeout. Okay, yeah, that totally makes sense. What is up, everybody? It's like Gabriel. Welcome back to the channel. Today's going to be a video on Beyblade X Season 3, Episode 3. So let's get into it. So the episode starts back up after the strike, which wasn't actually a strike, it wasn't actually a burst, wasn't the indication of the end of a battle, but more accurately, Clock Mirage stopping time. Which 8 explains to Exu that he's able to stop time due to Clock Mirage, and that the technology of the future can stop time as well. The technology of the future thing is really up to speculation for me because I just use the YouTube translations as I said in the last episode review, because I don't really have the proper translations and I can't find the subtitled episodes, nor do I want to actually try and pirate them because, no, and I don't want to pay for VPN either, so I'm really in a rut for that one. Then 8 resumes the battle with his move Vanishing Time, but Dran Brave starts wobbling because of the stamina loss it took. However, for some reason, Clock Mirage still hasn't shown signs of slowing down, showing that it's the ultimate stamina type, which is actually kind of crazy since most stamina types would have already taken a huge hit, which again, as I've iterated sometimes in a couple of videos before, that the Exu family, or not actually the Kurosu family, is very, very strong. The most formidable team in Beyblade X, the most formidable family in Beyblade X more specifically. And Multi explains that how stamina types usually, before Clock Mirage was made, had minimal contact points to help deflect attacks of opponents. However, it hasn't stopped the base from taking damage. However, due to Clock Mirage's design, it has a strong circular shape, which helps disperse any attack that comes near it due to the teeth that are around the blade. Which, I think that's the same gimmick that Twisted Tempo had, which is the bay that's based on, so I'm not really surprised. But it's really interesting that they talk about the teeth that go around the blade, helping to deflect the attacks. It's really cool that Multi is able to have these moments where she geeks out about the Beyblades and talks about their gimmicks. Multi also explains that the metal placed on the outside with the 60-tooth design is placed around the outside, obviously as the stamina type is, to increase the rotation of the bay, which obviously is obvious because it's a stamina type. Where else would they place the metal? They wouldn't place it inward because it's not a defense type. We then see Kurosu have a big head because he thinks he's going to be able to win, and 9 thinks Exu's going to lose. But Multi has a different thing to say because she says to look at the stadium again. We see Exu getting ready to go all out, as Dran Brave somehow isn't down yet. Dran Brave soars onto the extreme line, which we see Dran Brave's avatar looming over Exu. Again, the man has this overwhelming power. Exu, we saw how powerful he was in like episode 46 of season 2 and episode 49. This man is not to be messed with. How do you not see Dran Brave avatar looming over Exu and not get chilled, bro? It's actually crazy how much power this man has. Then we see Dran Brave Extreme Dash, in which Clock Mirage tries to counter it, and time stops again momentarily. But we all know Exu knows how to break time. We saw him eat up the dog of hell. So obviously he's not just gonna stop at the fact that he's stopped in time. So Dran Brave breaks through the time stop and is able to break the realm, bursting Clock Mirage along with it, which shocks 8 Kurosu. Honestly, I'd be shocked too. Bro was stopped in time. Then we see Dran Soar's hand start twitching as he breaks through. Honestly, what is this man's power? After the battle, we see a glimpse of one of Kurosu's siblings seeing 8 Kurosu, which he's actually impressed that 8 actually lost, because he had high expectations for 8 when 8 crashed Kuromaba Sushi. But when he sees Exu, he laughs at Exu like he's nothing special. Which, honestly, it's your son. What do you expect? It's one of your children. It's one of your. I think Exu is the youngest one. It's the youngest offspring. Obviously, he's gonna grow up to be strong. So then we see Zero Kurosu talking to this Kurosu sibling, which I think he's number one through some speculation. I've heard I think he's one Kurosu, but I could be wrong. Most people could be wrong because most people also say that he's one Kurosu. But yeah, that could be up to interpretation. Then we see Zero Kurosu show off Solar Eclipse. But there could be some context that I'm also missing because the YouTube translations aren't really that reliable of a source to use. Then we see the 9 Kurosu is also a bay crafter similar to how Multi is. And she probably made the Kurosu family bays. Then 9 says that she doesn't think Multi's bays are going to stand the test of time much longer because of how much the Kurosu family is advancing in their bay tech. This lights a fire in Multi, and Multi challenges 9 to a bay crafter battle. 9 doesn't think that Multi's better than her and says that she'll make X's bay. Multi attempts to size 9 up, but 9 remains persistent. Honestly, this is one of the character-rich moments that I like to see. Like, competitiveness when it comes to, not Beyblade, but your own test of skill. Because even though 9 doesn't seem to be that confident in her skills, she does feel like that she's better than Multi when it comes to the skills of a bay crafter. Which I'm really excited to see what we see for 9 Kurosu when it comes to her skills as bay crafter. Which is why I think that the Beyblade team actually put Emperor Might as her Beyblade, because that's the one that she made. I think that's why Emperor Might is shown to be with 9 Kurosu, because it's not the bay that she owns, it's the one that she made. But, like, again, that could be up to speculation. So, yeah. Then we get to the end of the episode, which has 3 and 4 Kurosu visiting Genro, which they say that they'll take Genro down because the predictions say that Silver Wolf will get in the way of them destroying and rebirthing X City, something they have to defeat. Then they tell Genro to not get in their way. They reveal that they use Soul Eclipse. But Genro has a trick up his sleeve, as he's not using Silver Wolf. He's using Wolf Punch. And that's where the episode ends. Honestly, this episode was one of the other stronger ones, because we get to see more of Exu's strength, more of the Kurosu family strength. We just get to see more of the Kurosu family and what threat they pose for X City, which is honestly a good way to advance the story, because we get to see our villains at their strongest. Because we see a Kurosu can literally stop time, which is nothing to scoff at, because, what other Beyblade do you know that can stop time? Other than, like, Burn, but Burn's not really Burn doesn't really stop time. In fact, most of the stuff that we see don't really stop time. This is the first time we have implied existence that that time stop is a thing in Beyblade X. But yeah, anyway guys, tell me what you guys think about this episode in the comments down below. Anyways guys, that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. See you next time. Goodbye folks.